Welcome to a light version of my usual banner breakdowns. I'm currently in the middle of a big move to a new place, so videos will continue to be a bit different from the norm as I try to make things work. In these videos I like to talk about the stats of every unit as well as build or skill options, but due to time constraints I will be unable to discuss those, and since I don't want to massively delay this video, I will be working with what we have so far. Sorry about that. Anyway, back to the video. We have another special heroes banner, and it's fulfilling our yearly dancer banner. This banner features 4 dancer type units, and let's just say not all of them are here to support their team from the back lines. We have dancer versions for Ishtar, Berkut, Nephenee, and the Reinhardt. I don't have the stats for these units at the time of making this video, so no stats today, but we'll talk about their skills and weapons. Let's get started. First up is Ishtar, who is a flying red mage. I really do not like facing flying mages, and oh boy is Ishtar going to be another one of those. For Ode's skills, she has dance naturally. Her A skill is Swift Sprout 3, so plus 6 attack and plus 7 speed when initiating. Her B skill is Desperation, so she can get some consecutive follow-up attacks when at low HP. Her C skill is Air Orders, which gives her flying allies a buff that allows them to move to an adjacent space next to any ally within 2 spaces. For the most part, not a very supportive kit, and it's quite clear from her weapon that Ishtar isn't here to play full support. She has a unique tome, which, you know what, I'm not even going to try to pronounce because what in the world is that B combined with a P character supposed to sound like? This tome is a brave tome, which should immediately grab your attention because the last time we had one of those, the game changed forever. It seems that the lasting effects of Dire Thunder has worn off, and we now have another brave tome, and Ishtar's also only has a -2 speed penalty. With Swift Sprout 3 and Desperation in her kit, it seems like they want Ishtar to be a quad attacker. She will most likely have decent speed, and we saw what happened with Owen when he tried to balance this kit out with low base attack. Basically, she didn't get used much. Because of this, I'm pretty confident that this Ishtar won't have a super low attack stat and will probably be a more offensive type of dancer, similar to Dancer Micaiah, who just nukes armors and cavalry units. If you want to use Ishtar offensively, it may be tough to get her into low health range. You can of course always use Fury if you want the safer path into Desperation, and as a reminder, you can't simply remove Dance from Ishtar if you want to be able to dance her for offensive moves. I can see her not even being used as a dancer should this new Brave Tome turn out to be super strong. If they decide to give this Ishtar some decent attack and speed, I can't really see a reason why you wouldn't want this flying Brave Tome user. Our second dancer is Berkut, who is an infantry lance unit. Seems like he's managed to calm down from earlier this year and has been practicing his dance moves. For old skills besides dance, Berkut comes with Distant Guard 3. This skill grants allies within 2 spaces, plus 4 defense and reds when fighting ranged units, so it's a nice supportive ability. Berkut also comes with a unique weapon called Verdandi. This 16 might lance grants +4 to all stats to that ally that Berkut uses dance on. This effect should be familiar because the mysterious dancer Azura ult has an axe and the flying Olivia ult has a sword, both with the same ability. That said, Verdandi actually grants an extra +1 stat boost compared to the other 2 weapons, so yeah, that's good old power creep. Now this is a fantastic ability because just for dancing any ally, you give them a full +4 of every stat. This basically takes the effects of all those dancer only B skills and sacred skills and combines them into a weapon. This frees Berkut up for using other combat buffs to stack on top of the +4 field buffs. His Distant Guard C skill will stack as well, just a very solid weapon for a support type unit. Berkut's second new skill is Blue Dual Infantry. Another dual type skill, this ability grants +5 HP at all times. If you're playing a mode that uses arena scoring, then it treats 5-star blue infantry units as if they have 170 base stat total for the purpose of arena scoring. If you're a new player, then just know that a unit's base stat total affects arena score, and dancers have lower base stat totals than normal units. They make great users of these dual skills because since they are more support units, you generally don't need their A skill for a stat boost or something, and getting that extra arena score is nice. Just something interesting to note is that the newer legendary heroes with the parrot mechanic actually also get a score boost of 175 BST. If you want to be serious about arena type modes, then consider chasing those legendaries since you don't need to sacrifice their A skill for the dual skill. For the most part, I'm not expecting much from Dancer Berkut in terms of stats. He's normally very slow, but hopefully they don't hit him too hard this time. If anything, he may end up with a low speed stat but good defense and res to try and combat that. Our third unit is Nephenee. Kind of an odd choice it would seem, but Alinti and Micaiah had dancer ults last year, so I guess it's not totally out of the blue. This Nephenee has put down her lance for a bow, and I think she is our first dancer with a bow. For Ode's skills, she has Dance and then Speed Tactic, the rarest tactic skill. Still, Speed Tactic is very nice to have on a support unit like a dancer. For her weapon, Nephenee has the Fiddlestick Bow Plus. This bow grants +4 defense and res to allies within 2 spaces when they fight melee units. Basically, this is an inheritable bow with Close Guard 3 built in. A similar weapon to this, should you want an alternative, is New Year Male Korin's Hamaya Plus bow, which just grants +2 defense and res within 2 spaces at all times against any enemy type. Without knowing Nephenee's stats, I'm not so sure if she will be offensive, defensive, or just kinda in the middle. The Fiddlestick Bow doesn't do anything for her combat wise, and it just buffs allies, so it's not like she's gonna be the best user of it or anything like that. That said, Nephenee does have another supportive ability called Dara Dance 2. This dancer only skill grants +3 attack and +4 defense to the ally Nephenee uses dance on. Like we mentioned earlier, Berkut's Verdandi basically does everything these dancer B skills do and more, so it's not a huge skill to chase after. Nephenee does cover a lot of stat buffs with her kit, including a nice +6 from Speed Tactic. If her allies fight melee threats, then she gets another +4 defense and res for them, and by dancing them, that's another +4 defense and +3 attack. For the most part, Nephenee isn't going to be the craziest unit on this banner, although her stats may change that verdict. Our final unit is no stranger to Fire Emblem heroes. The Reinhardt graces us with his presence once again. Instead of staying on a horse, this Reinhardt takes to the skies and is a flying green mage. For his old skills, he has Dance, Death Blow 3, and Chill Res. Already, you should know where this is going. Much like Ishtar, this Reinhardt has a new Brave Tome, and it's basically the same as Dire Thunder. Same -5 speed penalty, but with the extra +1 might over the usual Brave weapons. There really isn't much to talk about because with Death Blow 3 and Chill Res already in his kit, the game is basically begging you to initiate with him and blow up people in 2 hits. With Green Dire Thunder, I expect this Reinhardt to have his usual stat line with low speed but decent attack to make those initiations hurt. Maybe a reason we're getting a free regular Reinhardt is because they had this new Reinhardt coming. Now, if Green Dire Thunder and Death Blow wasn't enough, he also comes with Joint Hone Attack. At the start of the turn, if unit is adjacent to an ally, grants +5 attack to unit and adjacent allies for 1 turn. I think the joint buffs are very good because they are straight upgrades to regular Hone buffs, which are very easy to use. With this skill, Reinhardt gets to self buff his attack potentially and also help out his allies should he actually end up dancing them instead. Overall, I am expecting Ishtar and Reinhardt to be similar to Dancer Micaiah. They have the ability to support, but also have pretty impressive firepower themselves. This is a great thing to have coming from a dancer, and unless their stats end up being really bad, I would definitely try to get either of them. Sorry for the light version of this banner breakdown, but I am a bit short on time and I decided putting out something was better than nothing. Now, for those of you who are working on building back up those orb stashes, we have a free Tempest Trials unit coming up. It's going to be Renea, who is Berkut's bride-to-be. At least this time they can be together with a little less fire involved. Let me know what you think about this banner and will you be summoning any of these characters. For me, I would have definitely tried to get either Ishtar or Reinhardt, but I have my eyes set on saving up for Ephraim's upcoming weekly rerun banner. I'm looking forward to getting more merges, so that's my focus for the time being. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.